my name is Robin, and I'm an art therapy student, and I'd like to talk to you about some common misconceptions about art therapy and then introduce a first project idea. So the first misconception about art therapy is that you need to feel like you are a great artist in order to benefit from art therapy, and that isn't true. You don't need to be Picasso or Van Gogh in order to benefit from the creative process, and there are literally hundreds of studies to back that up. Art therapy is a way to express what can't be expressed in words. And art therapy doesn't really answer the questions. It provides a process to clarify and deepen the questions that we ask. Art materials open the opportunity to reach deeper and different levels of the personality than words can alone. So the second misconception is that the goal of art therapy is to become an artistic genius, and that isn't the case either. These scientific studies show that art therapy enhances our lives, it decreases depression, it helps deal with trauma and loss, it improves thinking, and it reduces stress. It's a form of therapy that can be fun, and it's available to everyone, and it helps us feel better. So there are two types of creative processes. The first kind of creative process is product driven. That's when you're building a table and it should probably look and act like a table when you're done. So you're thinking about the end product in mind. The second kind of creative process is process driven, and that's when you just give way to your artistic instincts, how you're feeling, what you're drawn to, what first comes to mind, and you don't really have an end product in mind at the end of the project. And so most of the art projects that I'm going to be introducing are going to be process driven, and I would encourage people to kind of let go of comparison when they're doing their artwork. I think a lot of people feel like when they're engaging in the artistic process that if they're drawing an apple, it has to look exactly like an apple. And to that I would say, if you want something to look like an apple, take a picture of an apple. That's not what art is about. Art is a representation of what you're feeling and what you're thinking. And if you look at some of the most wonderful artists in the world, a lot of the times when they made an apple, it didn't look like an apple. So that's one of the reasons why I also mentioned Picasso. So I'd like to introduce the book that I'm going to be reviewing as an art therapy student, and it's called The Inward Journey, Art as Therapy by Margaret Fringe Keys. And it's a great book. I've done all of the activities in here so far. And the first activity is going to be doing a video of your life story. So most people have devices that they can just kind of turn on and are easily accessible. But what I would encourage you to do is, if you're thinking about doing this, think a little bit about composition and where you want to be. Do you want to do the video behind have your favorite piece of artwork in the background? Do you want to wear your favorite shirt? Do you want to be in one of your favorite spots in the world, like a hiking trail or a waterfall or something like that? So think a little bit about the composition. So that's sort of the artistic piece. But the other artistic piece is the storytelling component. So if you're feeling overwhelmed with the idea of telling your life story, maybe pick out 5 things that stick out in your mind and record yourself telling your story. The hardest part for me was watching my video. People program their behavior and communication on how they expect to be perceived. So for example, I may tone down my voice if I see you reacting to how excited I'm being. And this video gives you direct information about yourself that isn't available to you normally. So this awareness can cause a process of change. If you want to take it to the next level, you can videotape yourself watching your life story. And just kind of observe and self-reflect on your thoughts and your feelings when you view the video. Some questions you can ask yourself when you're viewing your video is, do you remind yourself of anyone? What do you like about your video? Was anything difficult to watch? And which part did you like best about your story? As always, when you're doing art therapy projects that I'm going to be recommending here, if you find yourself in the deep end of something quite heavy, I recommend that you seek further help than this. These videos are not a replacement for therapy, they're information only, and the kind of art therapy that I'm talking about in these videos is strictly the component that art in and of itself is healing. And while I believe that to be 100% true, I also think that sometimes people can experience things that are quite heavy in their lives and may need additional resources. Google counseling facilities in your area, and perhaps you can even find an art therapist to help you through the heavy things. Okay? Thanks so much, and I'll post again soon.